What's going on, everyone? So today is a big day. Lakers basketball is back with the first game of a back-to-back against the Toronto Raptors. These two games, look, Lakers have to get this done. There's no ands, ifs, buts about it. The Lakers want to potentially get into that 7th or 8th seed, even though the Kings and the Suns just keep winning. Pelicans sold, but I digress, right? If you want a real shot at getting into that 8th seed, you got to win the games that you're supposed to win. Now, LeBron even himself said, hey, we can't, undervalue these teams. We can't look at these like, oh, they're trash teams. Right? You look at, on the surface, you look at Toronto and it's like, oh, they're on a 13-game losing streak. Right? Like they've been terrible. But you know you're the Lakers. You know that they're going to show up. You know that they're going to bring their best game. You know that you're on the road and you have your road woes, right? Like all of these things, they're still NBA players. This is still an NBA team. And like LeBron said, you got to take it all serious. We got to be locked in. You got to be focused. You got to treat every game like it's do or die, because every game at this point really is. Got 7 games left. I think you go 6-1. Obviously, if you go 7-0, I think the Lakers will be in great shape. But 6-1, I'm pretty confident the Lakers get into the 8th seed, 7th or 8th seed. You go 5-2, I like the odds. I like the chances. I'm not saying that it guaranteed, but I like the chances. Anything less than that, I think pack it in. You're the 9th, 10th seed, and let's go. Right at that point, you lose 3 games, and you got, let's say, 2 games rest. Just rest everybody. Rest LeBron, AD. Let's go, right? Because the problem is all the teams ahead of us, except for Phoenix, all have the tiebreakers. So you have to finish a game better than all of them. That means if the Lakers, let's say, finish with 48 wins, right? And so do the Kings, guess who's the 9th seed? The Lakers. So got to handle business. You still also want to keep pace with the Golden State Warriors. I do, however, think if the Lakers beat the Warriors in their matchup coming up, that's it for the Warriors. Lakers, I don't see them. At that point, there's only 2 games left. You'll be in good shape, right? So Lakers got to handle business. Lakers got to stay ahead of the race. Now, as far as Toronto goes, it's a different looking Toronto team. It's not a better version of it. It's slightly worse version, right? Pascal Siakam is now an Indiana Pacers, so he's not on the team. But, of course, Toronto has guys that are missing games and have been out for the last 8 games. But guess what? They're playing the Lakers. So, of course, they're getting guys back. And it looks like Emmanuel Quickley as well as RJ Barrett are both expected to return for this game. Now, they are without Scotty Barnes, right? And they are without Jakob Poeltl. So, as far as this matchup goes, Anthony Davis should dominate this, right? They don't even have Boucher, or however you say his name, right? Like, they don't even have him. So, he's I don't even know who's going to be center for Toronto, if I'm being honest, tomorrow, right? Like, this is a game that AD needs to be aggressive, needs to be physical, needs to impose his will and show his dominance, right? Kelly Olynyk, Toronto got Kelly Olynyk, so my guess is he's their center. Anthony Davis should dominate Kelly Olynyk. Now, Kelly Olynyk, don't get me wrong, he's a solid player. I like Kelly Olynyk a lot. I've wanted him on the Lakers for a long time. But come on. Anthony Davis, I need a 30-20 game from AD going up against Kelly Olynyk as basically their only center. And then they'll probably have some, I don't know, G League guy or whatever come in and play for them. I think they were going small in their previous games when Kelly Olynyk wasn't playing. But, right, like, regardless, guys got to step up. You got to play the game the right way. You got to get this W, right? Ideally, you want this over by like halftime or the third quarter so you can rest up, because you got to play the Wizards tomorrow. Now, look, the Wizards are the Wizards, but again, you don't want to take teams lightly, right? You don't want to end up, doing something silly where you go into like an overtime game or a double overtime game against the Raptors. Now, you did it against the Bucks, but it's the Bucks, right? So you can live with that, right? But you don't want to do that against a bad team. And then now you got to go and you got to play the Washington Wizards, who, I mean, the Lakers almost sold that game against Washington last time. Right? Last thing you want to do is do that again, and you're on the road. Now, before, the Lakers have been good on the road during this road trip, but leading into this road trip, the Lakers were not looking great. The Lakers were not very good on the road. So, I still have my worry, right? I still have my concerns of like that just road game. You got to come out and bring the energy. We need that same energy and effort to start the game that we saw against the Brooklyn Nets. Not the turnovers, but everything else. I'm not saying that the Lakers have to jump out to a 15-0 lead, right? But you do need to, you need to establish yourself. Get established, play the inside-out game. This Toronto team literally has no rim protection. Like, this should just be a layup line to the rim all game. This should just be everything's inside. Make them build a wall and run through it. Hit some outside shots to force them to have to contest and challenge, and then go right back inside and just keep punishing them. It's a good game for Rui Hachimura. It's a good game for LeBron James, Anthony Davis, right? Like, this is a game that I genuinely believe that, one, you shouldn't have to play everybody 30-plus minutes, and you should be able, the game plan should be simple. Be aggressive, get to the basket. That's what my game plan would be if I was Darvin Ham, right? Hey, be aggressive, get to the basket. Let's get AD established early. Let's get Rui on the block a couple times. LeBron, same thing. Make them, with their lack of size, their no center, make them have to adjust to you. Make them have to figure it out. Be aggressive, be assertive, right? LeBron said it himself. You cannot take this lightly. They went from little room for error to no room for error. Lakers have no room for error. But we need other guys, right? Can't just be LeBron James dropping 40. Can't just be Anthony Davis dropping 30. And it's like, oh, yeah, they have 70 between. No. Like, D'Lo, we need him to continue to play well. I trust him. He's been excellent. He had an atrocious game against the Pacers. So did everybody. But atrocious game against the Pacers. Thought had a good bounce back. He wasn't like super D'Lo efficient, but he still was like 46% from the field and 36% from three. It's not bad, right? But D'Lo being 42% from three-point range and 50% from the field, that's D'Lo we'd like to see. Look, this advantage for our guards. Be aggressive. Look for your shot. Austin Reeves, hopefully he can find his stroke. Hit a couple threes. Knock down a couple shots. I like how the defensive intensity has been with D'Lo and Reeves. Want to see that continue. Want to see that keep up. Spencer Dinwiddie, hopefully he can maybe be aggressive. Lakers are going to be without Gabe Vincent and Cam Reddish, which is fine. I know some people aren't super stoked about that, but, right, Gabe Vincent just got back. You have a back-to-back here. You don't want to overwork him and have him playing a bunch of minutes when he just got back. Let him have a game off. I expect them back in the Wizards game, which would be good because now you got another guy with some fresh legs. Maybe he can have an impact. It sucks that the Lakers have such a grueling schedule with the back-to-backs. But even with the grueling back-to-backs and stuff, you still have a opportunity here against a very favorable matchup schedule, right? It's the road in which they're going down. But the stops ahead are all favorable stops, in my opinion, and all stops that the Lakers should handle business. Got to do it. Got to get the job done. It's a real opportunity for the Lakers to really push it and pull ahead. Let's do it. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think about today's game? Are you excited? You pumped? Think the Lakers handle business against the Toronto Raptors? This would be nice. Get 10 games over 500. It still blows my mind that the Lakers could get through this road trip, be 11 games over 500, and still be the 9th seed. It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre. But even crazier is the Lakers could realistically, like, let's say they could go technically 7-0 and still miss the playoffs if they lose their one play-in game. Like, it's crazy. The Lakers could go, realistically, let's say the Lakers go 6-1. If Phoenix and Sacramento go like 5-2 or whatever, or 6-1, right? Like, the Lakers could finish as the 9th seed and be what? They'd be 14 games over 500, literally 14 games over 500. No, 13 games over 500, right? Because it'd be 5 plus add the loss. Yeah, so yeah, basically 13 games over 500 and still missed the playoffs. God, all because of just one little stretch. It shows how important these the games, the regular season games, have been in the Western Conference. Seriously, it just shows that, like, hey, you got to take these Western Conference games serious, right? The regular season serious, because like one small little stretch could be the difference. But I trust the Lakers; they'll get it done. Anyway, again, let me know however you feel down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos. Truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.